It is indeed a privilege for us to be here today to launch a new community firearm safety program called Project ChildSafe Louisville. We hope that this effort will be a regional and then statewide initiative for genuine firearm safety. My name is Joe Bartozzi. I am the president and CEO of the National Shooting Sports Foundation, and I'm also the chairman of the Project ChildSafe Foundation. I am extremely honored to be here with such an important group of leaders, including Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg, Louisville Metropolitan Police Deputy Chief Emily McKinley, and several members of the state legislature, including Senator David Yates, Senator Keturah Herron, and Representative Ken Fleming. I also want to give a shout out to Attorney General Russell Coleman and also Representative Jason Nemes. These folks have been very supportive of our efforts. We really appreciate their support. Unfortunately, they couldn't be here today, but again, we do appreciate everything they've done to help get this program off the ground. We're also thrilled to have the involvement of a host of individuals and community organizations that have all joined with us to support this program. These organizations include Whitney Austin of the Whitney Strong Foundation, LaVon Carter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, Maryhurst Chief Community Organizer Derek Selznick, Amanda Suffercool with Women for Gun Rights, Scott Wood of Wood's Armory, and we've also had additional support from the National African American Gun Association, Bud's Gun Shop, the League of Kentucky Sportsmen, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and law enforcement from around the region. This is probably the biggest group of supporters we've ever had for a community launch, and all of us at NSSF and Project ChildSafe are extremely grateful to have all of you involved, and we could not make this program work without you, so we do thank you for that, and we hope others will join as this campaign continues. Now, for those of you that may be unfamiliar with Project ChildSafe, it's a national firearm safety program that was founded in 1999 by the National Shooting Sports Foundation. And this program promotes safe firearm handling and responsible gun ownership with a focus on securely storing firearms when they're not in use. So to date, this program has distributed more than 41 million free gun locks through partnerships with more than 15,000 law enforcement agencies and community partners all across the country. Here in Louisville, we will provide thousands of free cable-style gun locks to gun owners through partnerships with the organizations standing alongside me today, and we're going to start with 6,000 free gun locks so far, and we're certainly ready to provide more. So we're also offering free resources on firearm safety, and our website is free to access with a tremendous amount of information on secure storage, safe handling, hunting safely, and all sorts of things. So we do encourage folks to check out the website as well. So these locks and materials are free to anyone who wants them, and there's no questions asked. They will be available in the community moving forward. Now, we're doing this today because we know that secure storage in the home and in vehicles does play an important role in preventing thefts of guns, the misuse of firearms, including suicide. We're also doing this because proper storage is the #1 way to help prevent firearm accidents. Just recently, we heard of the tragic story of Aubrey Goss, the 3-year-old girl in Fern Creek who found a loaded, unsecured gun under a couch and accidentally shot herself. Now, we have stressed for years that a hidden gun is not a safe gun. There are many options for secure storage, and we've got a few shown in this poster here, range from a gun lock to a fireproof safe. So any of them is a better alternative than no secure storage at all. So none of us standing here today want to see another tragedy like this ever happen again, and that's why Project ChildSafe was formed 25 years ago, and it's why we're here today. So we're honored to be working with partners to give away thousands of gun locks at 5 different locations today from 12 to 1 p.m. because firearm accidents and tragedies like what occurred here are preventable. It is our hope that what begins here in Louisville will spread across the region and the entire state of Kentucky to help raise awareness of how gun owners can practice firearm safety in the home. And we cannot stress enough that the success of Project ChildSafe communities depends on the commitment and involvement of community leaders and organizations. We encourage all interested parties to reach out to us to learn more on how you can become one of our community supporters and help spread the important message of firearm safety. Once again, thank you for being here today. It is my pleasure and my honor to introduce Mayor Craig Greenberg. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Joe, and good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to be here with some of my fellow friends and elected officials Senator David Yates, Representative Ken Fleming, Senator Keturah Herron, and so many others who are joining together for this important initiative here today to continue to make our city a safer city than it is. As Joe mentioned, for the people of Louisville, there's really one name that comes to mind when we talk right now about the need for better gun safety, and that's Aubrey Goss. She was that precious 3-year-old child growing up in the Fern Creek neighborhood not far from where we are this morning. And one morning last month, she found an unsecured handgun that had been left underneath a couch. And now, Aubrey is no longer with us. May Aubrey's memory be a blessing, and may it be a continued call to action, to continue to work to ensure that every gun is kept safe so that tragedies like the tragedy of Aubrey don't plague our city or any other city in this world any longer. Part of the tragedy of Aubrey's story, like so many similar stories that take place across the country, is that her death was easily preventable, just as Joe was discussing. There are far too many examples of lives lost or altered forever because someone neglected to follow a simple, common sense guideline about securing their firearm. And that's what this initiative is all about. Because firearm safety is a critically important part of public safety. I know I speak for all of my fellow public servants that are joining with us here today and all of our partners when we talk about public safety being our top priority. Because every person in every corner of our community deserves to feel safe and be safe in every aspect of their life. I want to pay a particular thanks to Attorney General Russell Coleman for him and his team and their partnership in this effort as well. We've been partnering with Attorney General Coleman's office on this initiative and other public safety initiatives here in Louisville, including opening up a new office here to work more closely with LMPD on preventing violent crime. Thanks also to my colleagues at LMPD and all of my fellow public servants and partners who are here today. And a special thanks to the NSSF for initiating this project and to all of our other partners for joining us in this work. Louisville is very proud to be Kentucky's first Project ChildSafe community. As part of the Project ChildSafe campaign, police and other community groups will be sharing information about proper firearm storage and distribute free firearm safety kits, including a gun lock, to local residents. I'd like to ask everyone across our city to join us in this work to spread the message about firearm safety. And that means securing your guns to make sure they are safe 24/7 in your home, in your vehicle, and in the field. And that means taking responsibility for doing simple things that can prevent tragedies like what we saw too recently with Aubrey Goss. Let's honor her by working to make sure that this kind of tragedy never happens again in our city. This is one of the many ways that people all across Louisville can come together to make our city safer, stronger, and healthier. Thank you to everyone who has joined with us to get to this point. And thanks to everyone here and others around the city who are going to continue this work to ensure we have a safer city. So I encourage everyone, every owner of a firearm, please ensure it is locked up. Please ensure you are following the protocols that you're hearing about today and that's easily accessible to learn more about proper firearm safety so no one gets injured. I'd like to now introduce another great partner in this initiative and so many other great initiatives to help improve public safety throughout our community. She has been a wonderful advocate for firearm safety and improving public safety in general. She is a gun violence survivor and has used that tragic experience to fuel her commitment and work to prevent tragedies like that from happening to others. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my good friend, Whitney Austin.
Good morning. I am the co-founder and executive director of the Whitney Strong organization. My husband, Waller, and I created Whitney Strong after I miraculously survived 12 bullets in a mass shooting in Cincinnati, Ohio, back in 2018. To this day, I still get teary-eyed when I go back to that moment where I learned I would live and that I would get to go back home to my precious family. It is with that gift of bonus time, the support of friends and family, and a desire to prevent others from experiencing this same trauma that Waller and I made the decision to start Whitney Strong. Very quickly, we agreed on our approach. We were going to build an organization that welcomed everyone to participate in solving this problem of guns being misused with deadly consequences. And more than 6 years later, we are doing just that. Whitney Strong is proud to partner with community members in the west end of Louisville and in rural counties like Gallia, Ohio, with mental health and suicide prevention organizations like the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, with lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, some of whom are here today, and of course, the National Shooting Sports Foundation. Thank you for the work that you do. This is very personal to me. We are all united in our belief that this trauma should end, and we understand that we will get to that goal more expeditiously when we seek common ground solutions like the one being promoted today, the importance of securing firearms when they are not in use. Secure storage is often discussed to prevent accidental shootings. Absolutely, we should discuss it as a solution for that form of gun death. But secure storage can do so much more. Let me share some of the other reasons secure storage must be a part of responsible gun ownership. Over the past decade, the firearm suicide rate among children in the U.S., our precious, innocent children, has increased by 57%. And when firearm suicide happens with our children, 82% of the time, they use a family member's gun. Secure storage can help. Nearly 112,000 guns were reported stolen in 2022, and just over half of those were from cars, most often when they were parked in driveways or outside people's homes. And now they're in the hands of criminals. Secure storage can help with that. And 80% of K through 12 school shooters stole a family member's gun to carry out the shooting. Secure storage can help with that. Now listen, I like to inspire people, to give them a vision of what could be, to really believe that together we can make our communities safer. So how about this hope-filled stat? If 20% more gun owners with kids secured their firearms, up to a third of youth suicides and accidental deaths would be prevented. How about that? How about that? Let us protect our kids with secure storage. Let us prevent suicides with secure storage, and let us prevent crime with secure storage. Please join us today in multiple locations across the city from 12 to 1 p.m. to get your gun locks and your educational resources. Gun owners, please join us. Gun owners, bring all of your gun-owning friends to join us. We look forward to saving lives together. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Emily McKinley. I'm the Deputy Chief for the Louisville Metro Police Department. And first, thank you, Whitney, for your vulnerability and for your honesty and always being willing to partner with us and share your story. It's extremely important to have you around and helping our public safety initiatives here in Louisville. So thank you. I'm pleased to be here and join on behalf of the National Shooting Sports Foundation, Mayor Greenberg, Senator Yates and Herron, and Representative Fleming. and all the other community members and leaders that are here today to launch Project ChildSafe community initiative here in Louisville. I think we can all agree in the wake of recent events here in Louisville with Aubrey that it's necessary for all of us to come together to advance the very important safety priority of practicing and promoting secure firearm storage. As police officers, we are committed to enhancing public safety, and that includes preventing a child from inadvertently finding and playing with a loaded firearm. That is a tragedy waiting to happen, and it is one that is so easily prevented. Secure storage, including the use of gun locks, is the #1 way to help prevent firearm accidents. This is the main message that we are working to highlight with the NSSF project, ChildSafe, and all of these organizations. We need our entire community to embrace, respect, and understand the importance of the safe storage of firearms. If people are more conscious about securing their firearm when not in use, accidental shootings and gun crime will go down. This includes preventing theft. Like you've heard, many of the firearms used in crimes on our streets are stolen, whether that be from homes or from vehicles. And secure storage of firearms is critical to public safety, and that's why we're here today. As part of resources available to Project ChildSafe, NSSF will be providing LMPD and other local supporters with more than 6,000 free firearm safety kits to distribute in our community, and that's just a start. These kits include a free cable-style gun lock, a brochure on how to properly secure firearms, and a library of resources available online and available at local events to help gun owners learn about safe storage options like cable gun locks, lock boxes, gun safes, and vehicle devices. These resources will provide steps people can take to practice firearm safety at home, at the range, and in the field. With more safety kits and educational resources available, we can reach more members of our community and have a larger impact in promoting smart habits that will help keep guns safely stored and away from children, at-risk individuals, and criminals. We encourage everyone who owns a firearm to take the steps outlined in these firearm safety kits and store their firearms securely and separate from ammunition when they are not in use. When firearms are responsibly stored in homes, families and our communities are safer. LMPD is proud to be one of the thousands of law enforcement agencies across the country that have partnered with Project ChildSafe. I encourage everyone to get one of these free kits and join with all of us here today in working together as a community to foster an even stronger culture of firearm safety in Louisville. And now we'll demonstrate how the cable locks work and how they are easily applied to firearms in your home or in your vehicle. The first, Sergeant Saker is demonstrating the use of the child lock on a revolver. Next, he will demonstrate the use of the child lock, or the safety lock, on the semi-automatic handgun. The locks can easily be applied and removed. Next, he will demonstrate the use of the lock on a shotgun. And next, he will demonstrate the use of the lock on the AR-15 rifle. And now we will bring Joe Bartozzi with NSSF to close this press conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chief, and thank you all again for being here with us today as we launch Project ChildSafe Louisville. In our ongoing work to make communities across the U.S. safer, this is another start, another step in the process of educating gun owners around the country. So this concludes the formal part of our event, and I invite any media in attendance to speak with me, along with our supporters, as we wrap up today. Thank you again for coming. Thank you.